We've been blackmailed, boys. Takes his hat off, accepts defeat. Well, there's no two ways about it. We've been had. Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I am playing a singular Henry Stickmin fan game because I found this one to be quite long, quite substantial, long enough to potentially get its own episode here, spend a bit of extra time on it. Invading the Outpost, which is notable for being several years old. This is something that someone would have made as a Henry Stickmin fan game back before the collection and before it became like the hot new thing. It's unclear who this one's starring. I don't think it actually stars Henry. I think it's meant to be an original character. I don't know if the Outpost is meant to be a familiar location. We can just get into it and we'll figure it out on the way. 37457. Yeah, this is their little creation here. And I think it's cool that they've been a fan of Henry Stickmin long enough to have done that way back then. How should I get over there? I'm not saying these other people weren't fans of Henry Stickmin before either, but they're just that tiniest bit extra, like, ahead of the curve. I got it. They did have a warning that trampoline sometimes glitches out, so I'm gonna try that one first, just in case. Seems like it went pretty smoothly. That's a powerful trampoline. It's a good way to get around from A to B, you know, short of actual flight. Might not have. Maybe it didn't work out that well. You goofed, kiddo. Don't worry. The wall crushes everybody's dreams. Oh, am I trying to get to the wall? Maybe this is yet again a version where you're taking place in the same location with a new character. I did also see something they warned that with an update scratch it had, since this is made a few years ago, some of the animations don't quite look right the way they used to. So far everything looks fine. I don't know how it used to look, but so far I think things look fine. Somehow achieving a full-on jetpack fail with an airplane. I guess there's some crazy wind gusts coming from down below there. They have no real control over. That was impressive. I really stuck the landing on that one. Floated it in gently. Now we have the bust and the sneak to go off of. Do you know who this reminds me of a little bit? Hey, stop, sound the alarms. It reminds me a little bit of the animation style of Stickman Sam. Stickman Sam, not Stickmin. That was its own entire separate type of game. It was like an action game where you actually platformed around and everything. Hurricane Spin. Like full-on barbarian from a Diablo, probably from other RPGs and stuff too. Yeah, Whirling Blade, or Whirlwind. Whirlwind is what it is in Diablo. Oh, it's always you goofed, kiddo. I wasn't sure if that was unique. There's a reason you need 20 Knight's Crests to do that move. Knight Crest, that's not like a Fire Emblem thing, is it? I'm mixing references. Mind powers it is. Will make everyone hug. Everyone will just get along and have a great time. Or maybe it's like a Jedi mind trick, which has happened. Best not to overthink it. I thought with their blank expressions, I had tricked them all. But no, they were just shocked that I disappeared. Shuriken. I'm actually surprised it was a Smash Bros. Sound effect rather than Street Fighter, but the effect was the same. Blasted them into nothingness. Feels very Stanley Parable. Initiate boot up. Accessing files. Accessing weapon data. We have cat picks. World Cup 17 standings, which this would have been made in 2018. Hammer, Bonsai Buddy, Jim's Recordings, Weapons, System 32, Killed Supers. That feels like The Boys. Pirated Disney films, Flat Earth theories, Application AVI, Invading the Outpost, the game. It's pretty funny you can't actually do it. I assume System 32 would be like deleting System 32 and you'll then, you know, erase everything in the game and and die. But I'm going to do it, even if it is probably quite likely a fail. Then no? it's not a real option. Not sure why that one didn't work, but I guess I can go back and test out some of the other possible branches. Big old, like, Angry Bird slingshot. If not for the plane, you would have almost made it. Almost. Still not 100% there. This version, this character doesn't need a Charles. Or maybe we're going to find out they specifically do. And that's how I got a pet gorilla. Well, I'm happy for you. Hold on. I see something. Should I shoot it? Well, duh. What else are you good for? They gave you the gun. I'm just here to keep you company and tell fun, zany stories. Didn't shoot it a little bit. He really went for it. Loud and proud, but not safe and sound. This is definitely like a Mario track, or maybe Mario Kart? And maybe that's what you're going for, like a Mario Kart style glider, but then they probably would have called it a glider. The song seems familiar though, is all I'm saying. Top entrance down to the Polish, and then the Intel, or maybe it's just Polish? I don't know exactly how that would make sense or what that would mean. It's Polish, it's just everyone's favorite area in the whole building. They take extra good care of it, make sure it's squeaky clean and presentable. Obviously, just gonna scan around the cat pics. That's super weird. Just the fact, specifically for me, and maybe a few other key people. Oh, I didn't expect it to be randomized. Super positive. A guy I've played games with numerous times on the channel. He has a white cat mascot who has one orange eye and one blue eye. We've played like Pikuniku together quite recently on the channel, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, I think I've seen every cat this has to offer. But now we're just getting some sick little extra beats going. We're just getting, the kitty cat remix going on. Alright, that's enough cats, though. Time for the weapon plans, I suppose. I suppose it's time. Are you sure you want to download this file? Yes. Left and right, different buttons, space bar. Unfortunately, neither of these seem to work, and I'm kind of curious if this is something that broke with it being made in an older version of Scratch, which is unfortunate. Oh, downloading. There, I just kind of had to close it and reopen it, and now it's actually working this time. So maybe it glitched it out by spamming the cat pictures a bunch, or who knows, but at least it's working now, so we can get ourselves a proper ending. Escape through the trash. Shoot. Attention all Outpost officials. Please come down to room number 43. We will be discussing the aspects of our latest weapon plans. Well, we better get away with those before anyone comes looking. They're just about here. I vote, yeah, hop out the trash. Shoot, I don't see any reason why you can't just walk off endlessly into the snowy, infinite fields. Cool guy. It's cool outside. You got your cool shades. you got everything. That was expertly done there, my dude. Nameless guy. I don't know if he actually is named in the game. Try for another ending. I think I might have to reboot. This sequence takes a little long when I have to refresh. That does make me think that you should be able to delete System 32 still. I'm going to have to try that again first. The fact that I eventually got the other one to work. Maybe there's still... It could still work if I open it once, open it twice, then maybe on the second time it'll work the way it's meant to. Oh, you just have to click the right spot. It's ever so slightly on the wrong spot. Just glitching everything out super hard. It deleted kind of like a scanning like a scanning machine, a scanning function on a printer. Freeze! Stop where you are. Oh, okay. I kind of just assumed that was it. We were caught. Bombs it is. Something that never works for Henry. But it blew us to safety. Fantastic. Who'd have thought? Didn't really seem like that would be a thing. You got the bombastic ending. With a bomb, of course. It makes too much sense. One thing when you find the endings efficiently, then you got to go back and start going through the different extra animations and everything in these lengthier little sections to get back to the part where you can then explore the fails. It's not really standard in these Scratch games to have the map features that the Henry Stickmin collection had. I think that's kind of an advanced system to track fails and be able to jump around and navigate in that way, so it's not overly common. Let's see if I've learned the trick. Don't click over here, click a little bit more over there. A little bit more central, it's the center. You gotta click right in the center, right in the dead middle of that E. I realize that's an I, but I starts with E. I can see how that would be confusing to someone. You don't click in the middle of the I. Bribe with delicious chocolatey cookies. I gave it a little wiggle. A cookie. We're not dealing with Chub Munch here, you know. Wait. Oatmeal raisin. Open fire. I like it more like oaten fire. Nah, it doesn't work. Open meal raisin. This feels like there's a joke there, but there really isn't. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Wow, got a little bit aggressive there. I don't mind oatmeal raisin. I personally think I make a damn good oatmeal raisin cookie, you know? I think maybe you're just making them wrong. It's like one of the only acceptable ways of having raisins in a baked goods. Cinnamon buns? Get out of here. Never talk to me again. Oatmeal raisin cookies? I can get into it. Ooh, I didn't realize his was like a moped rather than a scooter. It has the same colors and everything, you know. It's a powerful machine. Knocked everyone over before you even ran into them. That was a trashy escape. I guess trashy in that it didn't go very well. Didn't quite work out. And you're going to the trash chute. You know, trashy could also just kind of mean like scummy or sleazy. And for a second I thought they were just saying like, oh, that's sick. You're sick in the head. You're a trash person for even thinking of that. But no, it's a sick ride, and it's cool and trashy for the pun. But it would be funny to interpret it as just everyone's just like, I can't believe he would do that. It's monstrous. It sure takes a minute to get back to this point. In a potentially worse game, then maybe I wouldn't have the patience to continually replay that like minute or two it takes to get back to this point to see the alternate fails. But I find that the game has proven that it has a level of quality here that becomes worth returning to and investigating further to see what more it has to offer. I will go escape rope as soon as you let me. I'm guessing it means like Pokemon style. Or maybe, that might have been meant to be like Spelunky even. All those 10-year-olds with their fire-breathing dragons made it look so easy, didn't they? Oh no, I guess that would be Pokemon. You know, 10-year-old Ash with a Charizard. I guess I just never really thought about how you utilize the escape rope, you know? Once you're using it down on the bottom floor of some cavern, then you just chuck that rope up in the air and out you go. It's so simple. The antimatter. But are we just going to collapse everything into a singularity? Because I could see how that would help us, but it might hurt us more than it helps us, or at least an equal amount. And in that case, I don't think you're really getting away with anything. You just, oh no, I've messed up. Head in his hands, accepting his fate. Oh, nice. I always wanted to go to the 5th dimension. I think you went straight from third to infinite, and maybe you stopped at all those along the way for microseconds. But I think you're no longer of any worldly comprehensible dimension. The blackmail. That one would be nice and simple, right? I kind of like that an additional option emerged. How does pizza improve with what? Pizza improve with what? We've been blackmailed, boys. Takes his hat off, accepts defeat. Well, there's no two ways about it. We've been had. Oh, do you become the leader of whoever this is? The asterisk is? Power pose. I've done it. Champion. The manipulative ending. You just have your position of power over everyone there. I love it. I also just love, like, look at what I got. I know you guys had like a room full of trained guards and soldiers wielding weaponry, but I stole your files. And they're like, ooh, that's bold. We've been had. There's no getting out of this. I know he probably has the only copy in his hand, but there's no trusting that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by that chutzpah. Just with the blackmail ending in particular there, or the branch, the option that's given to you. I like the idea of presenting the 3 different options that you're going to have, that this character walks up to that room, that situation, and thinks to himself like, well, I guess I have my antimatter, I have my whatever the other 2 options were, I already forget, just going through the trash chute and one other one, and you're like, I guess that's it. But then over the intercom, an additional option like becomes available. He like thinks to himself for a second, like, I could just blackmail people. And the way it builds that up. I like that. I like that as a little storytelling device. Now we can go the sneaky path. We haven't even touched the sneaky path so far. I would say that wasn't the most graceful entrance of event, but somehow he stuck the landing on a loose hanging platform on some chains, and it didn't even wobble. That's some stealth. That's some legit stealth. They collapse this whole thing on the guys below you. And luckily, you yourself, just, this guy's got cat-like agility. He can stick those landings so effectively. Now I think from here, we're actually getting the same end point of the game. So there's a slight diverge, comes back very quickly. It's a very slight divergence. He goes down the stairs into that room, or it comes from above down into that room. It makes the game slightly shorter than I expected it to be, but it is still one of the most full Stickmin-like games I've played. I'm just noticing these are kind of castle-like walls. I'm very curious what the outpost is supposed to be. I'm guessing it's in Poland. That's one thing I have to go off of, I suppose. I will use the potion. Big old potion. Guzzle the whole thing in one go. Hey guys, look. Another floating bottle. Someone's done this to you before? Did you shoot it last time as well? Don't you remember? Team Invisibility lost. That's got to be from something. That's not something I'm familiar with, not a reference I get. But I like the idea that people have tried this before, and whether or not they shot the last guy, they learned their lesson. You just got to put that down. Then do you just throw out the jar afterwards? Do you think, like, we did it, we put a stop to these evil floating jars? Or does the potion wear off and this person emerges out of their invisibleness? A distraction. Which, realistically, if only Henry... Whoa, everybody, there's $1 over there! If only Henry can do the distraction dance, then, the next best thing you have going for you is just the power of the mighty dollar. It's funny to have the idea of like thousands of soldiers or however many running after $1. You have to wonder what they get paid if they freak out over $1, or just what's the currency conversion rate. It definitely gets you asking questions. I'm assuming it's not a volunteer basis, but it's not good pay. Not enough considering the threats of people busting in, sneaking in, floating jars everywhere. Yeah, you guys should unionize and potentially ask for a raise. Well, before closing things out, I figured we'll just spend a little bit of extra time in the cat pick area, because, what else is there to do? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we do this for like 40 whole minutes, Make this video an hour long. Why not draw it out as much as possible? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sharing your suggestions of Stickmin-like games to play. I've been making note of those. Some Riddle School fan games would be cool as well. Outside of that, I don't really know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just like the idea of playing fan games as they come up and as they feel interesting to me, rather than chasing anything in particular. So I'm kind of just keeping my eyes open. Maybe I start branching out and looking for other games on Scratch, because obviously there's more to offer here than I originally thought, and so that could be fun. I don't know. I'm open to ideas. I'm kind of just doing whatever I feel like these days, and it feels good. Hopefully, it translates into enjoyable videos for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.